Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Disabled Reality. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a great topic for today's show in which it is people complain so much and don't realize what they have until it is gone. So let's get right into the topic. For so long, people have complained about that there's not enough parking spaces for when they go shopping, right? I'm sure we've all heard this, but now that those same stores that they were going to and shopping at and complaining about not enough parking spaces, now those stores are shut down due to the coronavirus situation. And now those same people that were complaining about the parking spaces now wish they didn't complain about those parking spaces because now those stores are shut down. So people don't realize what they have until it is gone. People just love to complain. They love to be negative about everything, right? But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, the population of today's society it has grown very big, and you know, in a I would have to say, in my opinion, that in a good chunk of today's society, you know, it's hard to get a parking space because in today's society, if you look at things to to every family now, there's like three cars. Back in the day, a family was lucky to have one car. Now, in today's society, there's like two, three, four, five, 10 cars to every family. So, um, yeah, but you know, people are now realizing when they were complaining about parking spaces, wow, they're saying now they wish they didn't complain about it. My oh my, how things change, right? You don't realize what you have until it's gone, until it's taken away from you. And now they want to cry like babies because they want to keep complaining about everything. They have to find something to complain about. Gotta complain about this, gotta complain about that. Instead of being contented and satisfied, right? And, with the population being so large, like I was just saying, you know, maybe with all the deaths that have been happening for years and years, from viruses and stuff like that, maybe this is Mother Nature's way of saying, too many people on my earth, you know? I mean, it's just food for thought. And because I gotta say this, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think that, uh, especially now with this coronavirus situation, with governments are struggling, you know, and, the money is tight right now. And in my personal opinion, I think that to save money, I think that uh, Social Security and food stamps are going to say to people, we will only pay for one child. If you have more than that, you're on your own. And for those who go on saying, well, uh, is my religious right? to have all these kids and to you have to pay for all of them and all this stuff and because otherwise you're going against my religious beliefs and that's illegal and blah 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 blah. I think that if we in my own personal opinion, I think that we have to have strict rules enforced and these uh social workers, these government workers need to say to them, this is the rules and regulations. We will only help you with one child. You're the one who spread your legs. You're the one who put the buns in the oven and had more children. If you can't afford them, you shouldn't have had them. And if you want to throw your religious rights around, then go to your religious leaders and tell them they have to pay for your children since they're the ones telling you that the Bible, which is just a book in my opinion, is saying to be fruitful and plenty, and that's meaning to have you have to pop out tons and tons of kids and everything, because that's supposedly God's word and whatever else. So tell the publisher of the book, so tell your religious leaders that since they're spreading this information around, then they have to pay for your children. There you go. There you go. And see how well that goes over. And enforce these rules. Say, listen, we will only pay for one child. That's it, case closed. So, eh, listen, you're the ones who wanted to listen to these religious leaders. You're the ones who decided to put the buns in the oven. And you're the ones who wanted, to make the decision to spread your legs and pop out these kids. Hey, if you can't afford to have them, you shouldn't have done what you did. Point blank. And are they going to say, well, these kids are going to starve now and blah, blah, blah? Well, hey, listen, go to the food banks, go to, soup kitchens and go to these farmers markets and stuff like that. And hey, we're not the ones who forced you to have all those kids, you know. So go to the schools that have the free meals for the kids, you know, and get free meals that way too. So, eh, well, listen, I mean, there's ways of going about it. They're not gonna these parents or legal guardians are not gonna like hearing these things, but hey, too bad. There's places where your kids can get free food and stuff like that. Go to there so they don't go hungry. There you go. As far as for buying them clothes and whatever else, hey, go to your religious leaders that told you to you have to have kids and you have to have tons and tons and tons of kids. And go to them and say, hey, listen, you told me this, so you're responsible. Go to them, see what happens. May not get very far because if you're in the adult age, you got to get your brains out from where the sun don't shine. You have to learn how to take responsibility in life. Okay? You made the decisions to have them. You can't afford them. Shouldn't have them. That's it. So, but anyways, um, like I said, you never know what you have until it's gone. And people are complaining now. Oh, I missed this. I don't have that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're whining and crying and complaining. Start to grow up and you know and start acting like an adult. And by the way, since we're on this topic, just so that people know, especially for the state of New York, things are going to get better. Okay, right now we're in the phase of hopefully soon more essential businesses are going to be opening. You know, right now, temporarily, all the non essential businesses are going to be closed until uh, May 15th. Because right now, we just got to stop the spread of the coronavirus. And really, so far, you know, it's under control right now within the state of New York. Okay. And we just got to see how things go. And if things go well, then better things are to come along. That's just the way that it is. If people don't want to go by the rules and regulations that is set, you know, that as of today, that the governor made it a law that starting today, everybody has to wear a mask when you're being out in public, especially in sections where you can't have the social distancing. Got to wear a mask. That's it. Rules and regulations, whether you like them or not. That's it. Because right now, like I said, the records are showing that the amount of hospitalizations from this coronavirus is on the negative side. The amount of admissions into ICU units is on the negative side. The amount of intubations is on the negative side. These are all good things, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And we don't want the uptick of the coronavirus. We don't want all this hard work to go in vain. So, seriously, people just need to use their brains and some common sense. And, with regard to going on the transportations and stuff, like, going into stores, my own personal opinion, if I was a government official, I would say get police located at all the bus stations, train stations, on each bus and on all the trains at the store locations, and have uh like the MTA and all the store owners say no mask, no uh no entrance. People who don't want to obey by that, you gotta get arrested and go to jail. That's it. Let them complain to the judges and see how far they get. Give them heavy fines, and when they have to go to the court to try to fight those fines, let them deal with the judges. There you go. That's it. Until they get it through their thick skulls. Because you know what? For those who want to disobey these rules and regulations and don't wear a mask and stuff like that, they don't give a rat's patooties about anybody else. And in turn, they're actually endangering other people's lives. So if they're going to do that, then, if they don't care about everybody else, then you know what? Let's not care about them. You want to act like an imbecile and a jackass? You're going to be treated like you're an imbecile and a jackass. That's it. Let's get strict, but still reasonable. So, anyways, I want to remind everybody about my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com. That's A like Apple, W like Wind, L like Larry, D like David, NY like for the state of New York.com. And you guys can check out all 8 pages on there. And I just added the new eighth page, which is the donations page. And your donations uh, help support and contribute in your it helps to contribute uh, for us to meet our goals and improve conditions. And your generous donations will fund our mission. So please, whatever you can give, it would be greatly appreciated. And you guys can also check out the newspapers page of my website, and you'll see on that page the link to all 10 of my internet newspapers, so you guys can check out each one of my internet newspapers. You guys can check out the shows page of my website, in which you'll see the links to uh, each episode for both of my shows that I host here on Spreaker.com. My Thursday show, which is called Equality and Rights for All, and my Friday show, which is this show called Disabled Reality. You'll see the links to each episode for each one of my shows, so you guys can listen to and check out each one of those. You'll also see the blog page of my website, so you can check out all the blog posts that I place on there. And you guys can check out the store page of my website too, in which on that page you'll see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. You'll also see the link to my authors page on Amazon.com, in which you can purchase both books that I wrote on that page. You'll also see uh, the link to my first book that I wrote, which is called Let's Talk About It, in which if you want to take a sneak peek into that book, you can click on this link and it'll bring you to the page where you can take a sneak peek into that book. And you can also purchase that book on that page as well. You'll also see the link to my second book, which is called Let's Talk About It More, in which if you want to take uh, a sneak peek into that book, you can click on that link and it'll take you to the page where you can take a sneak peek into that book, and you can also purchase that book on that page as well. You will also see the link to the website that my husband and I have together called oddsandends.com, in which you can purchase a lot of our products on there and shop to your heart's content. So all that is on the store page of the website. And I hope to speak to everybody again next week, next Thursday, which is April 23rd, for Equality and Rights for All. And I also hope to speak to everybody again next week, next Friday, which is April 24th, for this show, Disabled Reality. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.